Hello. We're open for season. It is time to talk about crimes against roleplay. Got my notes right here. Got my pen. Ready for another shift in the department of crimes against roleplay. Not many people care in the city what happens to John Roleplay at all the tables outside. But I care. I care, and I want you to know the kinds of problems I have to deal with over here. So we will look at a few Pathfinder games to see how the citizens compare. I've been playing The Dragon's Demand, a Pathfinder adventure path, and we are 7 sessions in, and I want to know, other people have played The Dragon's Demand before? Have they shown it in public? Does John Roleplay survive at their tables? How am I doing in comparison to the normal citizen? We don't know. We don't know until we see it for ourselves. So, I have low expectations. But you can always be surprised. Even the smallest of channels can have role players amongst them. They just don't want to be ousted, to get spotted amongst the people that are wargaming, counting modifiers out loud, asking the game master which die they are supposed to roll, asking for questions, looking around if there's any lights when it's their turn to move. A lot of crimes happen against John Roleplay, and we will find out exactly which. Now, if you're new here and you think, well, see, aren't you being a bit elitist? The answer is, why do you think do I wear the cravats? Because it's funny, that's why. Because it's fucking funny. Okay, so don't take it too seriously. But you might be able to learn something. Maybe 1 or 2 critiques that I bring up is something you can take to your own tables. And if not, I sure hope it's gonna be entertaining for you to witness. I'm not here to beat up on small-time channels, but crime against roleplay stays the same. And we are here to define it. Okay? Okay. Let's say hello to chat. We got Nicholas here. Welcome, Nicholas. My ear trumpet. Sonalar cares. Graffiti. That's right. Nick Mouse, hello, welcome. Nice to see the Brazilian crowd coming in strong. The favorite detective. Oh, it's not showing up. Hold on. What's happening here? There we go. Now you can see the text. Elf Hunter, Friday afternoon. Fantastic. Roll on, buddy. Hey, welcome. So nice to see you here, Uriah. Congratulations on your videos bursting onto the scene and reaching so many people. I sure hope that tables out there are gonna have a lot more role-playing happening from your videos. You like the tie? Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I did go the extra mile to dress the part because I think it's hilarious. You gotta get C in a sports jacket. 5E campaign episode 27. Lil Bro asking what he needs to roll for stealth. Yes, it's weird. Those events happen, and I very much feel like they happen out of fear that you might make a mistake, and you don't want to make a mistake, so you rather ask the game master a question than to just fly by the seat of your pants and stay in character. Hello, Better with Bacon, glad to see you here. Table Runner, nice to have you here. And there we go. Now let us switch over to who's committing the crimes. Got the car review. We have a channel called Neon Swamp. I'm not sure, it might not be showing the whole thing. Neon Swamp, 400 subscribers, small channel. This episode, their session 7 of a Pathfinder 1 actual play of The Dragon's Demand. Now, it's 2 years old, right? We are not trying to see... So it's not like I can give them personal advice. I just give the advice that you guys, people watching, can learn from. And if they end up watching it as well, maybe it's a thing or two they can take on into the future games. We all know that. At least now we do. Okay? Now, why episode 7? I could pick any episode, right? Gonna turn off the music. Any episode would do, but I've done 7 sessions, so we're gonna compare their 7th session to ours. And as we go into this episode, we can start comparing. By the way, has anyone in chat watched The Dragon's Demand on my YouTube and now on Flame Zombies YouTube? I know the latest episode is just on his channel because of the way StreamYard works. Is anyone caught up? If not, well, there might be some spoilers, but you know, it's not too big of a deal. Yes, Nicholas, yes you have. You are indeed one of the players. Elf Hunter, oh, thank you very much for watching it all. You are a madman, you know that? I feel like you're watching literally everything for the roleplay related. Got some catching up to do, but I've loved what I've seen so far. Oh, thank you, thank you. Right, and for those who has missed last time, I do have notes, so there will be note-taking happening. And this system is specifically designed to take notes so that you at home can learn from this, right? And I'm very happy with that. We are hopping in.
Right. Welcome back to our playing of Pathfinder. We are playing The Dragon's Demand.
How's the audio at home?
Levels 1 through 7. We've got the usual suspects here. I am Samu Ryan. You can call me Ryan. You can call me GM. You can call me boss. Whatever you want. And
all right, we will not need the whole intro, but I do need to know if there's a recap so we can start comparing where they are. Now, I like the stream setup. It is simple. The names light up when they talk. It's clean. I can see the players' faces, except for Albert, the Isbot guy at the top left. I do wish he had a camera on. For me, that part enhances the social experience. But I very much enjoy the setup. So good on that. For a small channel, very clean. We got Elf Hunter here. I can't promise I remember half the details, all the videos I've watched, lol. Yeah, I understand. It's a lot of content. So I will skip forward a little bit to see when they start role-playing.
By the Baroness of Belham.
Oh, there we go. It's a recap. So let's see how much of the recap we can capture. And this will give us a baseline where they are, and I can tell you where we are placed in comparison.
Throw a little hiatus and ready to play.
Yeah.
Pass it to Nico. Hi, I'm Nico. I'm playing Ulrich Stormbringer, the Elfin Viking from the Lynch.
Gonna skip a bit.
Someone slammed name and sent by the Baroness of Belhaim
There we go.
get rid of these kobolds. They're too close to her town. They're like a mile away or less. And she says, do something about it. I don't care what. You go over, you check it out, you head back to town, you get some supplies, you take a little nap, you come back. You meet a kobold female by the name of Nighttail. She's been imprisoned by these kobolds. She says that they're losers, that she's from another tribe, and she came over here and these guys suck. So she's down.
We believe her without question.
I think you guys questioned her quite a bit before you untied her. But then...
This is a recap. That is correct, Nicholas. They are recapping what has happened so far. They're talking about this Kobold Knight's Tale. Now, I'm waiting for him to finishing the recap because I'm not sure if they are starting like negotiations with the kobolds or if they've already done the quest.
You did untie her and you gave her back her bag of stuff, which she told you had potions and wands and I forget what else she's got in there. Good.
What was that? Hold on. Let's go back.
Potions and wands and
crime against streaming, guys. If you have funny bits and noises pop up from your audio system, find a way to keep those muted during the stream. Now it's a hassle and it's a small stream, so I'm not gonna not gonna keep writing about it. But it can make those small details will distinguish you from like recording for friends to a more professional setup.
I forget what else she's got in there. Good thing it's written down somewhere. Anyway.
At the very least, I think it's always good if you can keep those noises out of your stream as long as possible. But oh well, I do know Windows is a pain in the ass sometimes about that.
She said, I've got one more thing, and he is trapped over there. So she guided you to another door where she revealed a baby Allosaurus named Hack. And here we are. So, Nighttail and Hack are ready to join the party. You got torches out.
Okay, we're starting. Now, kobolds, they got their ally with his pet, and their job is to clean out the kobolds. Now, in comparison to their session, our table has cleaned out the whole kobold affair in session 6. And let's look I'm having a quick look at the time. They have about 3-hour sessions each episode. We play roughly 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe maximum. So they got a bit more time. We have cleared out this quest in session 6. And from what we understand, we also cleared out the Wizard's Tower earlier than we are supposed to, based on level requirements. But it's hard to check if that's a thing this party has done. I assume so, based on the recap, that we are not just this quest done already with a whole session in advance, but another quest on top of it. So, making like quick math, that is about 2 extra sessions probably in comparison to this party. Now I find it mighty impressive on our end. Tyler robbed us of the dinosaur. He robbed us. We could have had a dinosaur. Oh well, not for you, Nicholas. Now, why was our game faster? I assume it's because we are not using a battle map like these fine gentlemen. If you're not using a battle map, you can move around much faster. You just roleplay it, walking down through the corridors, deeper into the dungeon, deeper into the quarry. If you have a battle map, you basically always have to ask permission for the game master to move your tokens, or you are literally moving every round. Now, time to critique the roleplay. So I'm gonna try to watch 5 minutes straight for as much as possible, and so we can start getting down some notes.
You're in the darkness. You are squeezing because these tunnels were dug by kobolds. It's all up to you guys. What do you do?
All right, let's get in.
I'm trying to see, are you guys seeing the whole stream? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is the setup that I have so you guys can see the full stream on YouTube. I noticed that some of it was cutting out before.
Get in the zone again. All right, I gotta get in that low voice that hurts my throat the next day every night. Fog of War is on.
I think I'm Nighttail. I think I'm going with a kind of a little person's voice like this. A little.
We are just at the start. Okay, we are at the start. We are getting into character. Fine. Let's get it out of the way. I'm trying to get into the voice. You don't need to do a voice. If you like to do a voice, fantastic. I prefer to speak in my voice and think of the ways my character would talk, so that I have a unique way of talking that reflects my personality of the character, so to say. And I find that easier to do in the moment than trying to do a voice that might hurt my throat, or that might be annoying to listen to, or might be difficult to hop in and out of as you are going between talking in character and describing the things your character is doing.
Reptile person who talks like this. I'm Nighttail.
I'm Crumb. Gonna have a pretty good
Yeah, we've met. This is just a voice.
good dynamic because your voice
All
is
right.
really high, mine's really low.
Yeah, it'll work out. All right.
All right, well, pretty sure that we have nowhere else to go this way. Nighttail, we are after the tribe.
More often than not, voices are used as a substitute for roleplay. And we will be looking out for that. Are we doing the voices, or are we role-playing our characters? And seeing if we can spot the difference in this game.
I've then imprisoned you. We've been tasked with driving them off by any means necessary. Hopefully we can do it diplomatically, but I'm open to options. What say you?
I say yes. I know the way. Let me guide you.
Please guide us with your pet dog.
And she does so, moving.
I will say, most of this was in character. Talking, not just doing a voice, but trying to speak in character. Now, Crumb, he sounds... I need to see a bit more of this game. He is a half-orc, and he sounds like a barbarian. So I am wondering if Crumb is the kind of character that's smart enough to know words like diplomatically. While role-playing, it can be hard thinking of, oh wait, my character wouldn't say that word. It's better you just speak in character than stopping the game to think of a better word to say. So that's like the kind of thing that you think about between sessions of, oh, how would I approach this situation and speak in character? There are exercises you could do. But so far, pretty good. After he got into the character voice, that was a good turn. Try the gruff voice in 5e days, tough for me. Yeah, I can see this. His voice will be tired by the end of the session. For sure. And Nicholas here once played a ghoul in a Fallout game. I did the voice all the way through. Never repeating that mistake again. Oh yeah, absolutely. If you go ultra ham on the voice, like both your goblin voice or like trying to do the voice of a gnome that's super high pitched or of a ghoul that's like a chain smoker style voice, that is tough on the body. So hot tea and honey is the solution to that. Hot tea and honey. All right, let's see what we got here. Grognard. That's another issue with voices. People get tired of using them. Yeah, especially if it's forced, I agree. And hearing them. And people forget to use them sometimes and have to back up and re-say it with the voice. Yeah, for sure. That can be a problem. I think I have less of a problem if people forget, but they don't need to restate the whole line. Like, if you forget, you forget. You just move on to try and role-play in character. And that's an interesting point of making voices has a novelty to it, but the novelty wears off fast. And we are not all great actors. We are not great voice actors, unless maybe you are. But if you are not, you don't need to shoulder that burden to be immersed in the role-playing.
Deftly through the halls, not crouching much.
Even the game master is role-playing the kobold while moving the token. I like this. Right now, they're not talking about how to move tokens. I'm very afraid this is gonna happen. So let's hope.
And you follow her. She takes you south. She takes you south.
Guys, why do we have a poop emoji on our map? Why? Why do we have a poop emoji on our map? Can anyone explain this? Anyone? I'm writing this up. Poop emoji? Are you real? Okay. You're using a map. The map has numbers on it. And the numbered map has a poop emoji on it. Now, I understand it's a kobold cave. This is the room with the excrements. Now, I think just have the same shape of poop if you need to. Have the same shape, but without the eyes and the mouth. Like, don't use an emoji. I look at this, right? And it just makes me giggle. It makes me think of emojis. And it takes me out of the experience of being in this kobold cave. Poop Finder. It's immersive poop, guys. Can we? How would you do it? Like, you don't want the picture of a turd on your battle map either. What are we doing here? Sure, you can have the symbol of a poop, but this is just straight up the poop emoji. It doesn't fit with the rest of this dungeon drawing either.
Into a long hall. She says, "This way."
I'm stuck. Bro, help me.
Nighttail, where exactly does this tunnel lead?
Nighttail says, she stops and she turns and she says, this tunnel leads to a room with a trap.
That's not the voice you said you were gonna use.
It's hard to stick with a voice. This isn't my native language.
There we go, guys. The voice acting is absolutely distracting the game master from role-playing his character. And it's also making the players talk about the voices and the voice acting instead of speaking in character and in universe. Was that a cut? No.
I speak, whatever.
Yeah, he is rolling with it. I agree, which is good. This is... Look, if a player brings it up, you roll with it. You just try your best. But this is why we stated this might be a problem, so I'm gonna write it up. The voice acting distracts from the roleplay.
Kobolds speak. Draconic, I think, is my native tongue. It's hard to say in common. Anyhow, this tunnel leads to a room with a trap. Beyond that trap is a tunnel to a lower level. That is where the rest of the Blood Vow tribe will be.
I picture like, so they like kobolds having this raspy high pitched voice when they're speaking common, but when they're speaking draconic to each other, it's like really refined, and they all sound like Benedict Cumberbatch to each other or something like. Anyway,
My favorite headcanon is that Draconic is literally just French.
very well.
All right.
Follow me.
Why are we stopping the roleplay to talk about what we imagine in our heads? Chat, do you know why? Do you know why? And is it really worth it? There was a comment earlier today. There we go. Look at these friends having fun. It sickens me. The GM dies a bit inside every time they stop to make jokes. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly true for me. I prefer that my players stay in character. I love all of these jokes. After the game, before the game, during the week. But while we are role-playing, I'd like to experience the world that we are in. And the characters are not stopping to talk about, well, these kobolds, see, kind of sound like Benedict Cumberdingle. You know, you're not doing that. Roleplay is hard. Honest and reactive dialogue. Is that the player on the left, that game designer 45E? I do not know. His name is Gar, AARR. Feel free to look it up. Comparing Draconic to French is an insult to Draconic. I agree. Cumberbot.
Just wanted a little bit of detail in case we needed to be prepared.
Come, I'll show you the trap.
Now, how do you feel about moving on a grid with this battle map that has been staked out, that the lighting only shows where the players are? So it's all prepped and ready to go. And the Game Master is trying to move the characters immersively, like his own Kobold immersively, through the battle map. And the players, they're also moving their own tokens, right? They're not waiting for the Game Master to move them, they're moving themselves. I find the way they are doing it is taking a long time to move through the sections of the cavern. But also on top of it, I've been counting. I want to know, when do the other 3 players start talking at this table? I think they're just focused on moving their tokens so they don't get lost on this battle map. And by the way, I will say, this is exactly what I tried to do like 5 years ago in my D&D sessions. Pretty much this exact thing. Battle map on the field, trying to get the players to move their own tokens and roleplay in character, and getting lost with all the technicalities. It does take a lot of work, and since they probably bought the Dragon's Demand, so I assume they had this prepared by paying whatever the Pathfinder fee is to have the map on Roll20. But it could also be that he had to create a bunch of stuff himself. He did pull up like the Kobold picture, so I do believe that he paid for the service.
All right. Nighttail moves you into this room. Let me give you a quick description. A thick layer.
Instead of... You can skip that part where you tell them what you're going to do. Just describe the room. It's okay.
Of straw covers the floor of this cave. The cave's northern end hooks around a corner to the east and is out of sight from the south. So I think that I have done a little something with dynamic lighting here. Let me move that. And Nighttail points out this trap.
Can you disable it? Or should I just smash it?
A poison dart will fire from this hole in the wall. So, knowing that, we no longer need the perception check, but we still need a disabled device check.
No!
Ulrich will step up and say, "Here, let me do it." Just for some reason, the Viking is the only one.
What are we saying, guys? What are we saying? Guys, we know there's a trap here. By the way, I look at this map and it says T on it. A massive T. When I use battle maps and for modules, right? And which I've done before. And I use the graphics. what I do is I use the version of the graphics without, what is it called? Without the legends, right? Without the numbers for the room, without the T's for trap, without all the hidden details, so that if a player moves his token on it, he's not getting distracted by all these little things. Otherwise, the battle map is useless. Because I'm constantly looking at this team thinking, well, my character, does he know that there's a trap here or not? And it's gonna change your behavior, whether you want it or not. But the thing that really cracks me up is talking about, well, there's a dot trap here, so you don't need a perception check. Yes, we understand. This does not need to be repeated at the table. You just talk about, well, it's a dot trap. What do you... There you go. This is the way. And the kobold steps aside. And you let the party discuss amongst themselves. What are we gonna do about this? And I liked Numain, what he's doing. Well, okay. What I don't like is he responds in character to the Game Master talking about perception checks and disabled trap checks, right? That's not a thing his character would hear. But I like it in the sense that he is responding in character to bring it back into the world. So that's no longer a tabletop discussion, but an action, an in-character action. Hey, I'm competent with traps. Now that I know where it is, let's see how I can disable this trap.
With the same
Which is good. That part is good.
device in this team.
I have a -7, so you don't want me doing it.
Right now.
I don't... Frankly, with all due respect, I do not care if you have a -7 or +14. Speak in character. Oh, I'm not touching this trap. It might trigger it on accident. There you go. How do you say in character that you have a -7? And you go with that.
Why do you always sound tired, Ulrich?
I just am.
Monday.
Don't we have that? There's those tools as well. No.
Yes.
What
there's-
tools?
I have it added in there already.
Oh. Just remember.
Nice.
The character of Ulrich is from another time zone, so that's why he's always so tired.
Ulrich rolled a 21. Nobody's role-playing. They're just in a holding position waiting for the Game Master to tell them what happens.
Touché.
Now, if you roll a 21, you might not know, like in this case, you don't know if this is a success. You can reasonably assume if it was only a kobold trap, it should be good enough. In which case, go ahead and roll plates that you've successfully stuffed the hole. You trigger the trap using a shield to deflect the dart off sideways so that it hits a wall, bends out of shape. Something like that. You expand the trap. Now, maybe it's a trap that you don't know how to roleplay, so you can be like fiddling around with the trap. I whisper to myself and say, "Yes, I got it, boys. I've disabled the trap." If you don't know if this is successful because the Game Master knows what the number is, but you don't, you just speak in character. Fiddle around with the trap, looking to disable it with my tools. Yeah, this is pretty vague, and we don't have much to imagine with that. But it's in character. It's like baseline role playing, and then the Game Master says, "You disable the trap," or "the trap is disabled." as a string snaps and the trap goes inert. The mechanism broken. There you go. That works.
All right. Well, yes, you definitely disable this. You're confident that you've disabled this trap.
Okay, that's... You are confident that you disable this trap. Can be reframed like what I've said before. The trap is disabled. And it's better if you describe how it's disabled. Give it something to imagine. Right now, all I know it's a poison dart trap, so I imagine a hole in the cave wall somewhere that's reasonably well hidden that shoots out a dart. And also a tripwire or like stones in the floor that can get depressed to trigger the trap. Something like that. We have no descriptions. And now it could be a fault of Pathfinder because hey, all you get are the stats. So, but if the players can just see a tripwire, they could just snap the tripwire, right? Or walk over it, and that would also disable the trap. You don't even need a roll then. Traps are often an enigma in TTRPGs. Yeah, there's a problem with some traps just don't make sense, or they use like, ooh, it's magical. So it somehow works even 200 years later. I really like it if the game designer that prepares a module has logical reasons why traps exist, who made them, and how they work. So to keep the immersion of the world alive. I really like those kinds of modules.
And now you find beyond that little hook around a hole in the ground. Goes deeper.
Another shitter.
No, this is that way we get up and down. We don't have. There is I believe a rope available here.
When you were new to D&D, you remember being confused that traps were just a check. Yeah, and it's definitely like one of the oldest mechanics in role-playing games, I assume, right? Like with the first iterations of D&D. It's certainly something that I remember from like old advanced D&D books, which I haven't read anything older than that. That's like as far back as I went with kind of research and toying around, figuring out what kind of modules are out there. Wait until they find a door. Yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, classic door. What to do?
All right, well, let's press on. No time to lose.
I like this. In
Yes,
character.
there's a thick knotted rope which hangs down into the hole. So that's just a DC 5 climb check. And if you fail, then you fall 20 feet. Not so bad, but at level 2, it would hurt. So
I don't think I can fail that.
Critically
good for
fail.
you. Well, there's no critical skill.
I don't care. I don't care. So the game master says, this is the DC for climbing down the rope. So you just say that. Here's the rope. DC, difficulty 15, difficulty 20. You just state it. And then the players act. Climb down the rope. They roll a die. And because they know the results, they can roleplay success and failure. You told them the DC, so they can roleplay success and failure. And if they don't know, they can say success. And it's just one word, right? Success. And the game master tells what happens. Or, oh, I rolled an 8. You look at the dice, it's an 8. You say, a failure. And the game master can describe what failure looks like if he wants to. I prefer it if the players do it. I find it's more fun. When I'm a player, it's more fun for me to roleplay that out because I can get creative with it. But I'm also happy to give it back into the Dungeon Master's hand if he has like something he wants to do with if my character fails or he has like something clever in mind. It makes it interesting. I like this with Grognard guy. I just say it looks easy. If it's a DC 5, that's a good way to do it, and that's certainly true with D&D. I believe it's also true with Pathfinder. For like every difficulty level, about like going up a 5 each, you have like easy, difficult, medium, hard, near impossible, impossible. You have different language, or like average, you know? Oh, it's average. Okay, it's a DC 10. It's a DC 10 check. It's an average check. And it's coded language, but if you play the same system for like 7 episodes, that's one of the things you could have written down on a piece of paper on your table while you're role-playing to keep track of it. And if it says it looks easy to climb down this rope, and I forgot what difficulty that is, I roll my die and I say 12. And then the game master tells me, oh, reaching at the bottom safely. And then describes the cavern, how it's opening up, right?
Fails.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a.
Even
I
if
just
you roll
have
a 1 and you have a
climb.
+4, you still make it.
Do you still want me to roll? I have a 7 in climb, so.
Well, no, then you're fine. Who's going first is the real question.
Well, Matthias is going to hold back a little bit and say, you fighter type, go first. I'll hang back with Albert and
Failure. In the case of Pathfinder, well, it's a pass or fail. If you fail, usually with climbing, you slip. You slip and you fall. And sometimes, like later on, like a lot more people are saying, well, just don't make them fail and just fall and break their necks because it's lame. Give them something that like makes it exciting or to fail forward. But I think like in this case, it's very, very much straightforward. You just do the thing. And if your character isn't good enough or he slips or something happens, he fails. In this case, there's no danger. It's a rope. Unless the rope is wet or you are under pressure and you don't have the time to secure yourselves properly, let go of the skill check. Let go of the difficulty check completely. Let them go down. While you're being chased, while you're in combat, while your blood is pumping and you're thinking about something else, trying not to die and climb a rope. That's when you do the difficulty check. That's a recommendation I would encourage you to do. Yeah, there you go.
come after.
It's a wise plan, Father Science.
So, you said the DC 5?
Yes. Just a climb check.
Are we really discussing the plans on a DC 5 rope climbing check? Nicholas, you were right. I am afraid what they will do once they hit a door.
Just a little climb check. So who's going first?
I'm terrified of climbing, personally.
That's a good
But I'm wearing
in-character anecdote.
chainmail, which I don't think that has a. What's the time limit to remove a chain shirt?
Time limit?
What?
I don't know.
Why do we care?
If it's up to me, it's 30 seconds.
Well, how much time does it take?
Do you need to take it off? Is it that restrictive?
Yes.
Oh, well, that.
We take 20 here. Get down this road.
Well,
Even the players are giggling. They understand this is ridiculous. Take 20? I wish Tyler was here. Isn't take 20 you take a day? Or is it like you take an hour? It's one or the other. I know that. It's like either it's an hour or it's a day. It's also take 10, I believe. But how do you take an hour to climb down a rope to get a plus 10 bonus, like plus 20 bonus on your skill check? Just if you fear to fall, then yes. I look down, I'm like, I don't know about this, boss. I'm a horrible climber. That's what you say. And you're like, okay, let's tie you to the rope and lower you and we lower you down. Don't be afraid. That would be a way to do it in character. Or as he's talking about the chain shirt and everything, you roleplay that. I start taking off my cloak and my chain shirt and whatever he's wearing. So we can also imagine that his character starts undressing in front of everybody, which is like, it's funny, but it's also in character, it's comedic. It's like, I do not wish to fall. This rope scares the shit out of me.
it takes Crumb a little bit of time to take his chainmail shirt off. He's probably got gear on top of it and whatnot. Take all that other gear off, then take the chainmail off.
I wish he roleplayed it.
Yeah, honestly, taking 20 would probably take longer than me just doing the odds and removing my check penalty real quick.
Can we set up a makeshift pulley system and lower him down into the hole?
No, man, I agree. It's funnier if you say it in character. Now, since we have we are the giggle police now, it's difficult for me to tell if this is in character or not. But if this is in character, I find this very much fitting because it is an amusing situation that's happening right now.
So while I'm doing that, I guess I'll be last to go down. Yeah, I get a -5 check penalty because of my chainmail. FYI, that's why I'm doing this.
So Ulrich first.
Yeah, sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
Somebody that can see in the dark.
Okay.
And yeah, it is dark down in the hole. What are we going to do about that? Ulrich has a torch, but
They are asking if it's dark. Okay. I look down the hole, see if I can spot any light. There you go. There's no light down the hole. It's dark. And then silence. The silence will tell the players, oh, what are we gonna do about it? They need to catch on, Game Master. If you always say, well, what are you gonna do about that? I think Matthias has a torch. Yeah, Matthias has his character sheet. He knows. He has an inventory. He can look it up. He's a wise old man. He's the graybeard. He is a graybeard. He understands how the game's played. He's played for 6 sessions so far. This is his 7th session. You do not need to hold these adult men by their hands of what they can or cannot do. You just represent the world. And if they walk through a dark room, you describe only audibly stabbings of your footsteps echoing off the walls, bumping into walls, hitting your head against stalagmites here and there, walking in absolute darkness, stumbling about. That's what you describe. If players say, well, we keep on walking, that's what you describe. Stop it with this hand holding. Now, it's not, I don't have a problem with you personally about this. I see it in every game. I see it in every role-playing game. And it's hilarious. Like, this is hilarious to me. You better preach, see. Well, there you go. It's sure is a crime against roleplay. So I'm writing this down. GM, stop hand-holding players. There we go. That's what I'm writing down. Stop hand-holding your players. Yeah, let's do it grammatically correct. Is this all fitting onto the page? I hope so. Stop hand-holding your players. You don't have to. I know we feel like we have to, but you don't. And when you stop doing it, right? Like, maybe at first the players are very confused. Why? What do you want us to do, Game Master? And you say, whatever you wish to do. It's your character. You may move wherever you want. And do whatever you wish. I'm not going to stop you, and I'm not going to move you. I have a whole world to play. And you have your character to play. Never apologize. I do want them to understand if years down the line they end up seeing this video. But it's fine. Okay. I think at this point I want to skip ahead and see if anything else happens. Because Scar, the player of Crum, he's talking the most. The other players are much more passive. There's very little in-character interaction. I have no idea. Besides of Crum, I have no clue of the other characters, who they are, what they live for, what they're doing. They might as well be cardboard cutouts. Because I know nothing about them. We've watched for 10 minutes, I know nothing. So we're gonna skip ahead an hour and hope we catch some roleplay.
She spells it for you in chat. He was the
combat scenario.
Priest. But a new priest has come.
Does she actually look shocked after we've just slaughtered a bunch of kobolds right now? Does she look upset?
No.
Stop asking questions. There's no pie in the sky answering your questions. There's no game master here.
No,
and the game master's job is to stop answering.
Kobold fighters that she took part in that fight, she's not shocked about that. But you coming in to this old man sleeping on his deathbed and shaking him around, throwing his corpse on the ground, that's what shocked her.
You gonna say,
Okay, it's reiterating the scene that's happening. It can be hard while you're acting out a scene and describe what the kobolds are doing and how they look as this old man dies. It's difficult. And the players can misinterpret what's happening. That's a tricky one. You blink and try to understand the scene happening before you. That's what I would say as a player at the table. To clue in the game master, please, game master, give me another description. because I don't understand it. One of those is staying in character. The other one is breaking the immersion in the moment to have over the table talk, right? Out of character
Friend of
talk.
yours or something? Was he not bad?
Okay, good. In character turn, nice.
He was bad. He was not a friend of mine. Still shocking to see.
Well, saddle up, little lady. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
I could be a bit
What? Hold on, what?
I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
If you say something in character, you say it. If you don't mean to say it, hold your tongue.
I could be a bit gruff at sometimes.
I'm pretty sure Crumb is supposed to be in Skullleaf, honestly.
It's supposed to be who?
In Skullleaf, not here. Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Writing them up for being passive players. We've watched a while. I wanted to move on to the next video but I can't. I'm waiting for the other players to do something in this game. So I'm writing this down as crime against roleplay. Passive players, they are the worst. Speak up. You're not here on a roller coaster ride for the game master to do everything for you. You have to roleplay to make this world come alive and interact with it. So do a bit of more than just jokes back and forth to each other as players and playing a little giggle party. Roleplay.
So this small box with a leather strap.
What does it smell like, right?
Smells like an old kobold.
Gonna turn around tonight. And the other kobold. Kneel down.
What was this around his neck?
I'm a bit confused. I assume combat turns are over because the same player is asking multiple questions and acting in character. So I assume the combat is over. Like the old man died, he was probably the encounter.
Something to do with his religion, I presume.
And that was...
His religion, he worshipped. Let's give her a knowledge roll. Does she know this? Let's throw a d20 at it.
I don't care about the knowledge check. She hums and haws. Let me think on this. And looks at the ceiling. You can quite literally holding her chin. And then you roll the dice. If you're afraid that the players are gonna jump in, you just say like, give me a second, maybe. You roll the dice. And then you respond in character. Now, I'm gonna skip ahead more. I really want to see the other players talk. Like, at any time, please.
You like that?
Okay, another combat encounter. Surely the other players are going to roleplay now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, Crumb's gonna slam his battle axe into the ground and slide this poor kobold into the 10-foot pit with grapple.
I don't even know who Crumb can attack. I don't see any kobolds in range. What is he doing?
Crumb's gonna slam his battle axe into the ground and slide this poor kobold into the 10-foot pit with grapple.
I'm sorry. What are you gonna? What's the role here?
I'm
Okay, the Game Master is also confused. So this is a classic Pathfinder problem. The player, he is talking in game mechanics. He's not role-playing the game mechanics.
gonna grapple the prone kobold.
I'm gonna grapple the prone kobold. Okay, now it's the thing you're doing, not what you are going to do. So you can skip that. I'm gonna. It might just be like a regional thing of like, this is how people talk in the region. This is how everyone talks in role-playing games. It's a tough habit to break, but you can totally do it. I'm grappling the kobold on the floor to toss him into the pit. Now I can imagine the scene. And I know what you're doing. And it's much cooler.
Basically, he slams his battle axe into the ground, trying to like get it to stick. Maybe it happens, maybe he doesn't. And with his new free hand, he literally just shoves him. Like, he takes his face and just tries to shove him into the pit.
Okay,
I think what you're wanting to do is not lose your battle axe.
Well, bro, Game Master, he said that's what he's doing. You don't have to say it again.
You could sheath your battle axe as a move action. It does not threaten since this guy's prone. And then as a standard, you could attempt a combat maneuver, such as grapple, such as bull rush.
Why are we talking about the rules again? So, okay. I'm writing this down. Over explaining combat rules. This is a massive problem. GM coaching and turn by committee. I do wonder if there is turn by committee going on. It certainly is like from the game master to the players. I've yet to see the players like having the turn by committee to each other. But yeah, that was happening with the rope thing for sure. And I'm afraid it's gonna happen in this battle too. So if you're a game master, you don't need to say those things out loud. Don't coach the. It's session 7. If the players want to do things they don't know about, let them do it, and you ask for the rolls. Combat maneuver roll. And they do the roll. You know, there you go.
Is that more like what you want to do?
Yeah,
like this whole thing. Let me go back. I just want to listen to this again with you.
You could attempt a combat maneuver, such as grapple, such as bull rush. Is that more like what you want to do?
What is happening here? Okay, guys, fuck it. I'm going full screen with you. Okay. I'm going full screen. What is happening here is the game master is undermining the player's actions. The player was pretty clear. I'm going to do this. And the game master is asking, are you sure? You could be doing combat maneuver, a bull rush, a grapple. Are you sure you want to do that? You might lose your battle axe. I don't care. I do not care. Your player is acting in character. Tell him what he needs to roll. Or better yet, the player is just picking up his dice and rolling and stops asking for your permission. You, the game master, right here. What you're doing is sowing the seeds of doubt that maybe he shouldn't do it. Maybe this is not optimal. Maybe he misunderstood the rules. And now he has become a passive player, asking for your permission every single turn for the rest of the campaign. Like, this is session 7. At this point, I assume your players understand more of the rules. They understand the possibilities. They've had some time to look into the Pathfinder rulebook. They understand the classes better. they look up how, well, I'm a martial guy. Let me look up the grapple rules and how it works and if there's anything I need to keep track of. They know. If they don't know, right? You tell them, all right, looks like you used the grapple rule today, buddy. And I noticed that you were a bit lost on how the rules work. For next session, how about you look up the chapter on grappling and what combat maneuvers do, so that we can role play faster next time. Done. What do you do if the players don't? Well, you tell your players, well, don't ask me how the rules work when we are playing, because I have a whole world to keep track of, and you have one character. One character. So keep track of your character, and I keep track of my world, and we are going to have a grand old time role-playing. It's crispy son alarm. I'm losing my cool here. I wanted to move on to the other clip. I'm skipping forward a bit. I want to see the other players.
Yeah, would I lose my battle axe slamming on ground? I feel like that.
Yeah, you see, that's what I mean. He's questioning reality right now. So I'm skipping ahead.
I'm just trying to. Right. Is crime?
Okay, there we go. Albert, please save me.
No, 10-foot square or target, I think, and I targeted you. One object.
Can you draw that, Reese, for us?
In detail.
No.
I need shading and all.
Just tell us where it is in the squares. Which squares are greasy is what we want to know.
Would have been just.
Okay, so actually, because he's prone, that CMB roll will be successful. We'll shove him off into the 10-foot pit.
Dope.
And
guys, we need a battle map, because with a battle map, the combat encounters will go by so much faster. Right, guys? It's gonna help us with the combat encounters. Time will fly by. I think I've seen enough. I'm gonna skip over to the other party. This was Neon Swamp, everybody. Neon Swamp. Give them one last applause. It's nothing personal. Just roleplay. I wish to show off a party we talked about before. Dungeons and Drones, proud 800 subscribers. They are roleplaying The Dragon's Demand as a Pathfinder 2nd edition game. Now, also over here, we are at the episode 7, a prepared strike. They have the camera set up, they got the map ready of Belheim. It looks nice, they look clean. We got 6 players, that's a lot of players. Sure sounds difficult to keep track of everybody. And they are playing 2nd edition. Now, I sure hope that 2nd edition solved all of these problems about the rules bloat, the feature creep, and simplified things. so that it's easier to roleplay. I'm sure they fixed everything, right? I might be a bit skeptical. And I've seen them roleplay before. I think it was session 1 or session 2. But we will find out.
Collapsed. She wanted to know what.
Let's listen to where they are in this setting.
Grab a beverage and
remember.
And remember. Yeah. Just close your eyes to my sultry, soothing voice. Here we go. Previously, Baroness Origina Devi of Balheim hired our heroes after the witch tower collapsed. She wanted to know what had caused the destruction of the old abandoned tower that stood resilient within their town for hundreds of years. Though our adventurers had intended to pursue a lead concerning Isidore Malik's daughter, Brophy, being missing, the reward was too great. Our heroes plunged into the depths and discovered a plot between a nearby kobold lair and the town's astronomer, Balthus Hunkley. Hunkley had been trying to get the tower knocked down for years. So,
small thing. For the recap, the use of tokens is excellent to help the players remember not just the names, but also what they look like. I find this very effective to help you remember important NPCs. I would prefer if the players have the recap, but it's, GM's prerogative. I find this way of doing it very effective. And also, there's some effort put into this. So bravo on that.
So we could get a better look at the night sky. However, Hunkley's body was found beneath the rubble, along with fallen kobolds, and a very nice robe, and a ring, and a key. Wow, there's a lot of stuff I'm skipping here.
And rocks, a lot of rocks.
Go back and watch the other episodes if
it's my robe now.
Yeah. Hey, finders keepers.
Cross-reference to see if you mentioned something we actually missed.
There's a we'll have to use chat GPT or
at least there's gotta be some extra rooms in there. We didn't hit every room.
No, you didn't. I surviving kobold named Cesarac admitted she had brought down the tower, while a letter found on Hunkley pointed to the kobolds luring Hunkley to his doom.
Tricky.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't learn that until later this last episode.
Yeah, I'm summarizing.
Yeah. It was a plot.
Yeah. Our heroes returned to Belheim to collect.
Somebody have the emojis ready? Well, actually, we didn't notice that until 37 minutes later during the session. I'm sorry, Mike. Please let the Game Master finish his summary of the last session. Those details are not important right now. Thank you very much.
Their reward from the Baroness. There they met the old gnome Wallflower, Bassie. After negotiating with the Baroness, our heroes were given a reward and offered even more money should they remove the blood vow kobolds from the nearby flooded quarry. Though the missing druid Kells had said the kobolds were harmless, Baroness Origina Devi wouldn't allow such an attack on Belheim to go unanswered. Our adventurers agreed and set out for the quarry when prepared. After dispatching a hulking green trollhound, they found a fallen kobold with a potent form of alchemist fire. They concluded that this was used to aid in bringing down the witch tower. Dr. Mixie took the concoction for safekeeping.
Excellent.
Thanks,
Safe.
Dr. Mixie.
Safe.
They approached the cave of the blood vow kobolds, attempting to talk to them. They learned that the kobolds' tribe leader was someone named Rogaz, but instead of the leader coming to speak to the party, it was their old friend Cesarac. Cesarac down in your DMs.
He's great.
Yeah.
Or she's great.
Yeah. When negotiations seemed to go nowhere, the party suddenly charged in the kobolds' warren.
Get him!
Hey, we tried diplomacy
You did?
a little bit.
We did.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Did
and you're like,
we?
wait here while we prepare to kill you all.
We essentially had a huddle and said, all right, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, fight.
Yeah, but before that, I was like, take us to your leader. And they were like, nah.
Okay, we'll just kill you all.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Well, there's nothing
Wink.
else for it.
Yeah. Well, they removed the frontline kobolds and found themselves in some kind of slave den.
There's so much work going on here with all the different slides. Basically, like this is a whole PowerPoint presentation Alan got set up for the players' benefits. That's a lot of work.
There they freed 3 humans who were forced into some kind of labor, though you never really asked them exactly what they were doing.
Mining.
One of the people they found was the missing Brophy from town. They fed and armed the freed slaves, explaining they would come back for them. And there's where we left off. Remember, low ceilings are applying the clumsy one to all medium creatures.
So I think we told these folks to...
Now, I do want to say, they certainly sound like they are more advanced than the other party, but compared to their table, and we are talking about 5-hour sessions. Yes. No, not 3-hour sessions. My apologies. 3-hour sessions. Not to brag, but yeah, my table cleared that out session 6. And we had and session 6 ended with the dragon's demand. And at session 7, we had a town meeting and a combat encounter in the town, which was epic. So, once again, I'm not saying... This is to answer the question is, if you just roleplay and you don't use a battle map, and you stop asking the game masters questions and talking about rules, your games will be faster. Now, there can be things like maybe we don't have as many random encounters as other tables. That could be a thing. Maybe they have done other quests that we have skipped or that our party has not come across. That's possible. So I must look, because those are hard to define. I don't have time to look at all of their games. We assume we just look at the overall progress of the main module. There you go. Now, I think they're getting into character now, so I'm gonna... And if not, we will skip ahead a little bit.
Stay, and it armed them.
But for now, we're gonna keep on listening.
Yeah, you did. You gave
food. Yeah. So we're about to head out. There's the one frozen kobold in the doorway down here.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
What do you want to do? Play the game. I would like that.
Yeah, no, I think...
Well, we should move on. I will be avoiding notice, thank you.
Hey, so look, Willie, you look a little cut. Is there any little treatment? Do you have a...
I will be avoiding notice. It's mechanics talk, not role play. I skulk around, trying to stay hidden as we move as a party. There we go, I fixed it for you.
Anybody have a potion maybe you can have? I got a couple, actually. Would you like one? Would you like our minor healing potion?
I got everybody avoiding notice except for Shadwick, who is scouting.
That's what we did last time, right?
Okay, fair enough. What do you guys want to do?
He gives you that minor healing potion.
All right.
You get one.
You've asked them what you asked them already.
D6?
1d8.
D8.
And in case as one person, the leader is moving around the map.
Oh, nice.
How far back is everyone going to be behind the leader? You can be infinite amounts, but when I
would suggest 10
if initiative rolls, that's where you start.
Yeah, I can be 15 feet behind.
Okay, so just kind of keep yourself in a kind of a set order. So when I tell you to stop, we'll just line up wherever it's going to be. But you don't have to just constantly be in that position. All right. So who's gonna be leading the pack here?
I need to know, guys, for your old hats out there who have been playing D&D, Pathfinder, and other role-playing games for a long time, has the order of movement while going down a dungeon actually helped the session? Because to me, this is very much like, oh, you don't want the wrong character to get ambushed, something like that. And you want to avoid arguments, well, I wouldn't be standing there if I knew that I would be under attack. This sounds very tedious. Now, if he only does it once, right, to help moving faster, that's fine. What did we do? We described our characters moving. And the first guy to move was at the front. And sometimes we roleplayed, let me take charge. I'm the smallest one, and you can sling your magics over my head if need be. And so the dwarf was at the front, even though he was not high AC, high armor class. Doesn't matter. It made sense in the universe. And that would also give this order of, this Congo line order of who's standing where if you walk down a corridor. Only in very mechanical dungeon crawls. Alright. When you say mechanical dungeon crawls, do you mean there were a lot of like spot hidden checks, like check for traps, checks, investigation traps? You're talking like that, like an old school Dungeons and Dragons dungeon crawl activity, right? Like that's what I'm imagining. Yes, okay, good to know. I see it as players would want it so that they survive, right? So we are thinking about how to beat the dungeon and less how to roleplay exploring a dungeon. Now, they are not contradicting each other if your character wants to survive. So you can also hash it out in character. Sabari, the skilled human fighter. Sabari, please take the lead. Shield us from the unknown dangers that lurk in this cobalt cave. And, he takes the lead. There you go. And he might say, it's Swashbuckler. Why are you not taking the lead? You could check for the traps so I don't walk into them. There you go. Yes. A marching order is fine. I say I agree. Just don't dwell on it like a door. If you have 6 players, it's a bit harder to roleplay a marching order all in character because it can get exhausting, right? I think most importantly, you want to know who's at the very front. And then directly after that, it's not too important. Maybe one player is going to roleplay. Well, I stay at the very back and check our back so that we do not get ambushed. There you go. I think that's fine enough for 99% of dungeon crawls. This will be enough.
Perhaps I should.
All right.
Do you want to be defending then? Instead of trying to avoid notice? You have a giant light shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be very good at avoiding notice.
Yeah. So I mean,
I think defending is the way to go here.
Yeah, kind of a waste at that point.
He sort of draws the attention.
Giant light source. Where did that come from? I don't know. I can't tell.
It's a secret source.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, I'll let you guys sort of move around the map loosely. I mean, one of the reasons why I black things out is I'll let you kind of move anywhere you want in the light areas. Where do you guys want to go?
I'll do search then, since he's going to be in the lead doing the defend.
I will do search. I will do defend. I will do door. Who's gonna roleplay?
Yeah, I'll
And for the people that are confused by this question, so who's gonna speak in character and explore this dungeon in character. Who is embodying Slick Willy, Vamir, Merambos? Who is embodying Shadowwick Milson? When are you going to interact with this world? Instead of interacting with the rulebook. Since it's episode 7, we all read the rules, we know how it works. So you can describe what did he call it?
When I'll let you kind of sort of move around the map loosely. And where do you guys want to go?
I'll do search then. Since
I'll do search. Okay. As we explore, I keep my eyes open, searching for secrets, hidden traps, or trinkets as we travel further into the dungeon. There you go.
Gonna be in the lead.
You have, with this sentence, you have described your search action. If you play a fighting game, I like this analogy from Flame Zombie. You don't describe, I do a fast jab and a fast jab and a fast jab, and then I do a heavy jab, and then I jump and do a down kick, and then I block, and then I jab you again. No. You role play. I sling out a flurry of jabs, block any counterattacks, then I jump into the air and strike down with my foot over the enemy's collarbone. That's the same actions. One of them is role played, the other is not.
Doing the defend.
Yeah, I'll.
Are we going to go down this way here?
Yep,
I think so.
that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll continue detecting magic. Vamir, like I said, detecting magic as we go along.
Got it.
I'm gonna write this down now. Like this to me, this is quintessential board gaming. That's what it means to play a board game. Right? You look at the map, you move your minis around, you look at what your characters can do, and you say, well, I do the search, you do the defend, and I hold the torch, and nobody is role-playing. So I will skip ahead, and hopefully they are role-playing later on. Since we are doing 2 different episodes, and we are reaching 2 hours soon, I'm gonna give them 12 minutes to roleplay.
So, I just posted it. Each creature needs to give me a basic saving throw. Will DC is not 35. That is not true. That is not true.
Where did that come from?
I need a
17 plus
18.
18.
I need an 18 saving
Like
throw.
35? Like what the heck?
Listen, I'm really strong.
It's
But
really
no, I need.
Those guys are really tired.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
I need.
it's a will.
Guys, please, clear comms. Let the players talk. I feel like I'm in a World of Warcraft raid. One player's turn, he talks. He says what he does, and we need to know the saving throw, so state the saving throw. Oh, it's not 35? Okay, the tool you're using is useless if the numbers are not what they're supposed to mean. It's become useless in that very moment. Now, we can curtail our emotions a bit to keep succinct and to the point so that the other 5 players at the table also get their turn.
Well, it's a will save, you said, or a
Yeah.
fortitude?
Basic will save of 18.
All right, the first one misses.
Okay, is it a fortitude save or a will save? That's important information. Maybe it's many players. It's fine if the game master doesn't know it, like, by heart. I'm giving you a break on that.
And they both will miss, so they are both
Okay,
sleeping.
so they
Nice.
are unconscious for 1 minute.
Oh,
But
1 minute, huh?
But if they are attacked, they will wake up immediately.
Now we are explaining the rules of everything. just stick to the basics. The kobolds fall asleep, snoozing away at least a minute. You can describe that, and the game master is like, okay, I'll check in a minute. If he needs to know anything else, like if he actually needs to, he can ask. And if not, if he knows it, he's not going to ask. And it's possible that it's not going to be a problem in a minute from now, because that's going to be 10 combat turns. So most of the time, you can completely ignore it. Okay? Okay.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, so Zafari,
Nice.
2 of those creatures are asleep right in front of you.
But
Yeah, that's more out of character talk. I did write it up already.
there's a third one that is.
Oh, I put that.
There's
on
a
the
third
audio.
one
It's actually-
that is not asleep. And then I ran away.
Let me mark these
I did
guys.
run away behind Dr. Mixie because I am not feeling good.
Perfect.
Using a combat map actually makes role-playing more immersive, as I can imagine where my character is compared to all the other characters. But you're not role-playing your character running past Dr. Mike. You can restate everything that you're doing, reframe it in character. As I rush back, pushing down the corridor, sliding past Dr. Mixie, clutching my wounds, dragging myself behind him, crouching, keeping my head in cover. Yeah. I can imagine where my character is. You're looking at it. There's no need to imagine. Yes, and this is the issue. Because you're looking at it, yeah, you don't need to imagine. The imagining part I find much more enjoyable in this hobby than all the other parts, than the board game and tabletop parts. You can play a board game without role-playing a single time. You cannot imagine a situation and not role-play. I kind of have to see it happen. Like, yes, I think this statement is true. Yeah, that's the point of like maps and minis make things fair. Well, if you have the maps and the minis, it's easier to know, like, okay, the game master is not fudging things to make it easier for us, but you don't need that at a high trust table. Yes, I agree. Like, it's a symptom of low trust. Not necessarily. It can be. It can be. I think in this case, it's very much we are using maps and minis because we are playing a module, and the module has the maps and minis, so we will use them. Right, like in this specific situation.
Nice. Those both of them have 9 rounds left.
Doctor.
Now I'm gonna give every player a chance to have his turn, and after that, we will see if there's anything more left to talk about.
Mixie goes, quick, take cover.
Speaking of Dr.
I
Mixie,
fumble
Okay, that's being in character. Okay, I like it.
around you.
speaking of Dr. Mixie,
Why did I jump in there?
What did I do?
Okay, so Dr. Mixie is going to use quick alchemy to create a smoke ball, and he's going to use quick alchemy to use a smoke ball. He's going to
You said
twist
that.
a little vial with a little drop of something in it, and it's going to create a smoke screen.
Okay.
In a 5.
That's some of that was in character. I like it.
foot burst centered on the corner between me and Vamir.
all right, I'll get you a token for that. Something to put on there.
I'm Batman.
And then we leave. Good luck, everybody else.
Let me find you something to put out there. This should be fine. I just want to grab a marker of some sort. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Guys, I'm Batman. I made a DC reference, guys. Guys, don't you know about Batman? No, we don't. It's a fantasy universe. Batman isn't real, and you cannot reference him in character. Stop it. Like, I understand. It's fun. It's the part of play, right? But it's not a part of roleplay. It's distracting. So why is this a problem? Let's address this real quick. Let me go full screen. I feel like this is important to address. The reason why this can be a problem and why I don't like it is when you are bringing up modern day movie and comic references, Batman, I'm Batman, you know, or it's the same like, oh, you make a ninja reference, you know, like, oh, you like a ninja. Yes, but nobody knows what a ninja is. You're taking all the players out of the universe, out of the skin of their character. You tear them out and bring them back to the table where they are looking at the screen and they become aware that, oh right, yeah, this world is not real. Damn, any chance of immersion has been broken. And now you have to like, okay, let me get back into character, back into imagining this world. Until the next player is gonna make a joke, or ask you rules questions, or interrupt what's happening in the moment. To debate with the other players, like turn by committee, oh, what should I do? With my character, should I heal somebody? Or should I shoot my crossbow? That's why it's bad. It's not that I hate fun. I don't hate fun. I like fun. Fun is great. But it really disrupts your chances to stay immersed in the role-playing in this world.
You said it's a 5 feet?
5 foot.
5 foot burst centered on one corner of my space.
So it's like a 10-foot area?
Yeah. It's just kind of weird that I can't throw it, but I guess that's a different item. This is a smoke ball.
You're literally
Yeah, I guess you
being
can only
Batman.
just toss it down.
Yes,
right?
I'm being Batman right now, but really I'm just using it as tactical smoke to
Was
make sure we
perfect.
don't get shot.
Hey, that works.
Hell
that
yeah.
works.
Now you're obscured, correct? Is that the
I think it's a 5. It's probably a
concealed?
Okay,
That's
yeah,
that's the word.
yeah. Check to see what the flat check is to get to attack you. I don't.
Probably the same as hit.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet.
All right, that's
Concealed
that.
looks like it's okay. So I use
Considering that the sessions are recorded, is it done for entertainment purposes? No, I don't think so. Not for entertainment of an audience. It's certainly done as an entertainment for each other. You know, it's like, oh yeah, funny quips, guys. Haha. I don't find it funny, but I am not sitting at their table, so it's fine. They did not agree to my way of role-playing. They have their own table. They have their own table, like their own play style. And I'm saying this is not conducive to roleplay. It will interrupt frequently any attempt to be immersed in the moment and trying to roleplay in character. And I sure hope, how do I say this? I do think your tables will be improved if you cut out those kinds of jokes and focus on the role-playing to allow the world to breathe and for the world to become real. Because, well, it's like, okay, let's justify this. Because I think that will make the memories of playing this game so much stronger. There we go. It's like our peripheral play is mutually exclusive from diegetic play. Right, I assume so. I know you have your like own lexicon on like words to use for role-playing. With peripheral play, is that the part that you mean with things that have nothing to do with the role-playing game itself, like the Marvel movie references and making jokes, or like asking for permission of what to do? I understand, like if I understand your right, like diegetic play is, hey, it's the things you do that is in character, in universe, within the rules of the game, without breaking the illusion. Yes, they do not facilitate role play or gameplay, like the peripheral play. Okay, yeah. I think I agree with that. I still mean to watch your video, just need to find the time to do it. So stop deleting it. It's fine if you're not happy with the first version, but I think it's better to like keep it up until the new version is ready, and at that point you can upload the second one, choose to keep the first one, however you wish to do it.
Quick alchemy to use the smoke ball. I will draw a elixir of life and administer it to Vamir.
Make your flat check to do it. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Well, he could have done that first.
Yeah, he's like,
Dr. Mixie baby birds it to me.
Yeah. So elixir of life, that's going to be 1d6 hit points. So you get 4 points of healing.
All right.
I'm just picturing the orcs from Delicious in Dungeon. No.
It's a DC 5 flat check when targeting.
The ones in the smoke? Cool.
Concealed.
There's no role play happening.
Yep. All right. Are you done, Dr. Mixie?
Yes.
All right. This one.
Are you done? Yeah, I wouldn't know either. Because the player is not finishing. He's done a smoke bomb. He's done a healing check. He's done taken multiple turns. And frankly, I don't know the rules of second edition too well. I understand you basically have 3 actions, right? So move, attack, something like that. So smoke bomb, administering health. Okay. I say if the combat rules are a bit more complicated and it's hard to tell when you're done, the player can say, I'm done. Or he can say, next player. Or he can make, I like to do a hand motion, like continue. Like that, continue. Without saying a word, so that we can stay immersed in the moment. Without giving up, like the rules of the game, without fudging the rules by accident, by being unclear.
On here who is not sleeping next to the warrior is like, oh crap. Not very happy about that, but what's he gonna do? He's going to drop his bow
or sling or whatever.
Well, he has a spear in his hand and a sling, so he's gonna drop his sling and try to spear his way out of this. It's not gonna end well.
Maybe he'll stab one of his guys to wake him up. Stab.
All right, first attack.
Wake it up.
Didn't end well, but now he does the thing called scamper, which is you're gonna attack by opportunity, but their armor class is 2 higher, and they get a +5 to their movement.
I'll still take it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have an attack of opportunity.
So I think all of this is completely needless. And then the kobold scampers away, leaving his back open to you. Okay, the player can roll. You, as a game master, keep track of the +2 AC, of the +5 movement, and the player trusts you that you know your rules, and you're not going to like shaft them on it, since this is a high trust table, right? Like they don't need to know every single mechanics that the enemy has because they trust you. And I sure hope they do. Like, if they don't trust you, reconsider who you play with. But it's session 7, like, we have trust established at this point.
So he effectively moves to the space next to him, but you got a +5, +2 to his armor class. Go ahead and make your attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Okay, 14.
14. Let's see, with these armor classes, a little bit better than that.
Damn. It's got to be like a little bit.
It's just a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, and then he takes his third action he climbs down 5 feet. I gotta give him a check. Give me a second here.
See, okay. The game master is doing the thing of just speaking the mechanics out loud, and then he uses the third action instead of describing what the kobold is doing. Because what we are playing is a board game. We are not role-playing. I've given up. I want to see roleplay. So I'm skipping ahead. Maybe the other players can get a turn.
This is not... All right, this kobold is...
It's still combat? Wait. No. No, guys, please.
Anybody left in the kobold space? Let's see. Oh,
There
yeah.
is the
There's
one.
a sleeping
yeah.
one, but
There's a sleeping one, and there's the one right in front of Vamir.
Mixie goes, are you sure you're a normal pointy ears? I just can't seem to get you to stitch up right. I gotta go check on the other guys.
He doesn't like you? Maybe.
Oh, like the game you linked. So, maybe for a future Crimes Against Roleplay, I'm certainly looking to do more of these. After we're wrapping up with this video, it's gonna be the end of the stream for now. But there will be future Crimes Against Roleplays. Feel free to link a couple of them. Like, if you see something that might be interesting to review, you're free to link them, and I will add it to the list of like possible shows in the future.
Maybe Dr. Mix is on Team Sesserac.
yeah.
15, 20,
Got a convert.
25.
Taste it. It's like, this tastes a bit off.
I'm saying Vamir. Mixie has always been good to Vamir. That's all I'm saying.
Mixie runs back around out here and goes, "What? How's it going back here? We got Willie out of the pit."
There's a pit. What?
He fell in a spike pit.
What? He's normally so dexterous. I can't believe he fell in a pit?
To be
Yeah,
fair,
he might have.
into the pit.
Yeah.
Makes you think
Nobody
he
saw that,
might
though.
be ill. Maybe something wrong with his joints. Maybe that's why he fell. What's going on up there?
This is almost good roleplay, and yet okay, guys. I'm quite at this point. I do have to say I am quite disappointed that the game master and a couple of the other players are making snide comments in the middle of all of this. I understand that it's funny, but guys, keep it together. Keep it together, guys. Yes, an elf swashbuckler falling down a pit is funny. I agree. It is what it is.
No, we have it covered here.
Well, Mixie's
Sorry,
out
he's having some
of
fun.
actions.
Okay, what was that? Would you want to do something? Good?
Nope, I healed Willie and then for a little bit, and then came back around here to check.
Shadwick, what are you going to do?
All right, so I think we should follow.
Shadwick, what do you want to do? No, too many words. Are you done? I don't care. The players say, I'm done. And you say, Shadwick. Actually, you have a turn order on screen. The players know when it's their turn because you have a turn order. So they should keep track of turn order and act when their name is on top. And if that's too much, right? You say Shadowwick. And he says what he wants to do.
Follow Brannick. He hollers that out. Come on, let's follow Brannick. And it's just a leap for.
You can like leap 5 feet because it's just your speed.
Yep.
Don't stop. Game Master. The answer is yes. Nothing else needed.
Basically.
Sounds good. And then he'll move up behind him.
All right. As you run in, you can see there is a pile of trash. There's a mound of what appears to be rotten vegetables, fruit, and excrement. Sits heaped in the middle of the room. A bulging leather sack rests atop the mound of garbage. A single forlorn kobold sits in the middle of the alcove in the northern part of this cave,
asking for help.
Her arms, legs, and snout tightly bound with ropes, as her body is lashed to iron spikes driven into the cave wall.
I very much think the only time anything gets described here if it's written down in a block text for the Game Master to read out loud. That's interesting. This is a trap of module play. It trains Game Masters to only describe things that have descriptors. And if it doesn't have a description, you don't describe it. And this is how you end up playing those tables where you talk mechanics all the time. And then switch back to, oh, let me describe this room. I have a description for it. Instead of always describing what is directly around the players. Keep the descriptions short, and then the players act within the world.
For my third movement, or third action, I'm going to seek.
I like that. I'm very much appreciating that he does the movement and the sounds of a bound kobold, tied up kobold. Good. I like it.
Sex dungeon. This area. Like down the hallway and stuff. Is there anything? Do I see anything else to like the bottom left there?
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll bring that up. Not many much. Oh, I see that. Yeah, you can look down.
Yeah, that's also a crime of the block text. If you've listened, if you heard enough of those, you know when it's block text because the game master starts reading. The best way to use them is read the block text to yourself and change how you would say what's written to the players to be in your own natural language. Which, yes, it's more work, but it should be possible.
Down there too.
Okay, we got rid of the initiative order, by the way. So, like, there's no more danger.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to... You didn't see anything more than that.
All right, cool. Yeah. Should we?
Yeah, we'll take a break. This is 5 minutes out. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll come right back. All right.
Oh my god! I've been muted, guys. Okay. Guys, okay, I'm back. I pressed the mute button. Look, that's awkward. I will go over it again, like the constant board gaming talk, the out of character talk, the table talk, making DC references. All of this is stopping you from role-playing in the role-playing game. And what I advise you to do, if you wish, you know, it's up to you to decide. Toss the entire role set. Toss out the maps. Toss out Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Switch to ECD6 and tell your players to roleplay. State where you are. What your character is doing. And speak in character. Keep it short, 1-2 sentences, and then it's the next player's turn. And you can establish a round robin order. So they go around in a circle to do it, right? And when every player does something, then you can react as the world of what's happening around them. And you will see that the Dragon's Demand, the module, is going to play out much, much faster. Now, hey, if you want to play Pathfinder, you can play Pathfinder. But the way you're playing it is basically stopping any chance of trying to get immersed into the world. Which is a thing that I am advocating for, that I like, and I wish other players get more chances to do that as well. Yeah, sure thing, Ragnar. Yeah, you can timestamp it. We just play some like funny piano music over it. So, and I did have the idea. Do you guys? If we still have some people here, I'm willing to extend another 15 minutes and show you how I roleplay in Pathfinder in the newest episode. Would you be interested? As a last-ditch comparison. Setting it up on the side. There's some interest, my ear trumpet wants to know. Okay, well, we got one person. Let's switch over to it. I think this is good to see what is happening. It would make for a good comparison at the end. Now, our focus here, it's just the cameras. You have the character art of the characters. We are very, very lucky that I'm able to draw my character, and I was able to draw Philippe as well. And we got Nicholas, who drew Shair, his character. We also had nameplates, but for some reason they were not showing up this time. But for the other episodes, it's gonna be something that will be fixed once enough. So, let's explore. Okay, this die roll's happening. I want to go back a little bit.
That shouldn't be able to fly.
Okay. It's a particular... I'm looking for the starting point. One can understand. Which is why I ask you. And he hesitates to speak about it. My character is talking to the druid in town, in the city, like this village of Belém. Much like you, I've been a slave. But my duty has been a couple decades. I've learned to protect my mind.
He
And
opens his mouth to respond to something, and it's interrupted by a screech outside, that of a massive bird, and then the shouts of Drake. Outside, the townsfolk are scattering, hunkering down in the closest positions they can. A large, red, scaled creature without the forelimbs of a dragon, globs of fire dripping from its jaws, hanging in the air, surveying the area, looking back and forth as if trying to pick a prey.
what I did there is a hand gesture. I've been talking for a while. Now he described the Drake. I do the hand gesture to clue in the other players, since we are not speaking out of character, right? We need to find out, okay, who's gonna be next? We are not rolling initiative. We're not speaking out of character. So I do the hand gesture like somebody take the seat. Take the wheel.
Philippe, tired from jogging around town, finishes cresting up the hill where the wizard's tower is. Breathing, tired. He puts his arm on the stone, on a large chunk of stone bricks from the fallen tower, and he breathes. Then he looks over towards the town.
The Drake hangs a few hundred feet from you, 60 or so feet in the air, beating its wings, struggling to stay in the air. The creature is huge, not as large as the dragon, not nearly so, but greater than horse-sized. A beast that shouldn't be able to fly. Ungainly, gangly snaps at a couple of peasants from dozens of feet away, missing by a huge margin.
My eyes widen and I immediately reach for my sword. And I see that it is just there, watching. Exhale again.
That's his turn. He stays where he is, up the hill, further away. He's exhausted. He's speaking where he is, what he does, and he's speaking in character. Like in this case, he's not talking. He's exhaling.
And I begin catching my breath.
I'm already within the town's residential area. I see the Drake from afar as well. I reach for my scimitar, studying from afar.
It wheels around in the sky, cowing people back into their homes. Some flee over towards the wizard's tower, and the creature wings over. Clearly too much going on at once for one thing to do.
Damn, we're too late. I begin running down the way I just ran up from the wizard's tower. Shair! I'm shouting out. Talash!
At the screaming of the townsfolk, Talash turns towards the door, stealing look in his eyes. He rushes outside, almost knocking the door off its hinges, surrounding the areas. Not another dragon!
Townsfolk are pushing past you, trying not to knock you over, nor knock themselves over, hitting the stone-like creature. They just point towards the thing in the air and keep running past you, Talash.
I adjust a scabbard, tying it to the belt, and run towards the beast. Try to get as close as possible. Come down here, you ugly miscreant.
It adjusts its view, snapping away from the peasants and townsfolk that it was chasing after before, staring dead at you, scaly predator eyes, begins its descent in a dive bomb.
Now, I like this a lot. Why do I like it? We're staying in character. We are not stopping the roleplay. We don't have to ask for initiative. We are taking action when danger presents itself. I'm taunting this creature. I let the game master decide, roll to intimidate, or, roll to get noticed. No, the game master says, well, the Drake would notice and it would attack me. Not much else needed. Do we need initiative? Not really. You can just let everyone at the table take one turn in order, and it's good enough. Maybe sometimes you have a character that's super important, he goes first, then we start a turn order with you going first. But this was very much telegraphed, It starts when the town is crying out loud, "A Drake!" and everyone runs away in a panic. Now I want to show you the first, as soon as the first attacks happen, because I do the equivalent of holding my attack.
Okay, I'm huffing and puffing. Damn it! Why do I have this damn heavy armor on?
Yes, and on my turn, right, I taunted the creature, and the teacher is looking to fly down to me. So that's my turn. That's good enough.
And I'm still running from the village towards the Drake that I can see up high.
You've cut the distance about in half at this point, and the creature descends its to almost skating across the ground in order to attack Talash.
I steady myself into defensive stance, looking for an opportunity to strike it. That's the language. I keep the language strong so that the game master picks up on it. I take a defensive stance. All I'm describing is I'm readying myself to strike back on impact. Because the creature is flying, it might attack me and then keep on flying. So I need the opportunity on impact to attack when he is attacking.
It slides by, slapping you in the chest with its tail, but leaves itself wide open for counterattack.
And the game master is also describing the attack and describing that a counterattack is possible. So he is cluing me in that I can indeed strike the creature now. And grappling onto his leg, I swing, almost taken off the floor for a bit, and strike it hard in the thigh and a kick into the wing with my stunning strike. A high roll, 20 something.
Hit, 18 AC.
Stunning its wing, unable to flap for the moment.
Its tail slaps into you, dealing 5 damage, but it gets hit directly in the diaphragm and rolls over on one wing, crashing into a house, stumbling up to its feet, blinking rapidly, dazed.
There you go, guys. Stunning strike. No needs to talk mechanic. I've used this before. The game master knows how it works. Dazing it for 1 round, or stunning it for 1 round. I also describe the stunning strike in a way that I imagine would work on this gigantic creature. Because my goal is to ground the Drake. Right? And I'm gonna give some opportunity for the other players to roleplay.
It's in the middle of all the kerfuffle, people running, and I see the creature attacking Telash. I draw out my scimitar and I run, trying to flank the creature.
Again, cutting the distance in half. It's in a mere moment, it would be easy enough to charge the thing at 60 feet away or so. The townsfolk have scattered enough to give you a good path.
Is also describing, okay, Shair on the top right, he is running, and the flame zombie is informing the player. Next round, he is in charging distance. Good enough. We don't have to pause the game and ask, how many feet is the Drake away from me? Instead, he is charging, is running in, looking to flank the Drake.
I see clashing melee with the beast. I point my finger towards it. My fingernail begins to accumulate frost, and a small ray shoots out. Concentrated ice.
Small addition, the strike did 7 damage. I made a mistake when I did the stunning strike. I only described the stun effect, but not the damage, so I did it afterwards. And I held it short, just a short sentence to inform the Game Master.
The beam blasts into its side, coalescing across its scales.
2 damage.
It lets out a weak, still unable to catch its breath. The creature starts stabilizing on the building, stumbling to its feet. From around the corner, Tresson, with the pike you equipped him with earlier, drives it clean through the beast's carapace as it turns around.
Hey, it's one of the NPCs in this village that we have organized a militia, and he is now coming in to our aid. So we get the equivalent of a follower, of a hireling, coming into effect.
For a moment, the farm boy lifts the thing off of its legs an inch or so before giving out, retracting his pike, the thing gushing blood from a large gaping wound. Just, I've got you. It's just in a blind blood fury, unable to utter common.
I yell out loud, "Good work, lad!" And I pull this beautiful longsword out of its scabbard, raise it up into the sky, and aim for the neck, slashing down. A 16. With whatever modifier is on the longsword. Now, there's a magic effect on this longsword. I do not know the effect. I cannot ask the Game Master what the effects are. My character does not have the Arcana skills necessary to identify it himself, so we didn't have the time to figure it out yet, so I'm telling it to the Game Master, and he's interpreting. Since he knows the numbers, he knows what's going to happen.
The sword draws itself in to the beast. What would have missed had this sword not have some enchantment just slightly guides your hand, an invisible helping assistant, to draw this bronze blade, cleaving into its scales. Another gush of blood spurts out from a slash. The beast now looking ragged, clearly indicating by the sinking down on its haunches that it's going to try and escape.
9 damage plus magical bonus. Driving through, getting the longsword back into my grasp, pulling it out of the wound. Oh. I swing the blade, blood splattering across the cobblestone.
Shire.
Finally catching up pace.
And there we go. I think that's gonna be good enough to illustrate the point. Let's bring back the chairs. That's how we roleplay the Pathfinder. Short turns, in character, interacting with the world, stating what we do instead of stating mechanics. Rolling the dice. There was a mistake. A small mistake of not stating the damage of the stunning strike. I corrected it a bit later without interrupting the flow of the game too much. And we had just about 2 turns for everybody within about 7 minutes, I think. So that's 1 minute per turn for every single player. That's fast. It could be a bit faster, but we do enjoy our descriptions. And there you go. That's how it's done. I do want to thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast. And I hope you will join me again for Crimes Against Roleplay into the future. This was certainly exhausting. We did 40 minutes overtime. It's a long one. So thank you. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down in comments. I'm happy to answer as many as I can. If you're one of the players that I critiqued, don't take it personal, it's just roleplay. It's for fun. We do it for fun, everyone knows it. But I prefer my fun to be about the role-playing in role-playing games. And all of that we do with... That's why I'm showing the Pathfinder section. To showcase that you don't have to toss out the role set to roleplay. It's possible to do both. It can be difficult, but it's more than possible. So, if there are any questions left, I think everyone was kind of done today. It's faster than any other actual play I've seen. Thank you, man. Don't take it personal. It's just business. Yes, indeed. It's been a blast having a couple people stick with me through until the very end. I know, like, after like 20 minutes, it becomes real tough to keep on watching. People are busy. And I'm in the European time zone, but we work with what we've got. So, with that, I wish you all a good evening, a good weekend, and enjoy your day, guys. I'm gonna let the outro play. See you around.